The Raptors won another big game against the Knicks, man. 90-87. You look at this game, we must say that it was a great game. Both sides came to play today, and we just got another big win against the Knicks. Knicks are a team that we're gonna probably fight for playing spot. The way the season's going, and this is a big win for us. Gary Trent, he was big for us. That fourth quarter, that big three he got after that second chance point was big. And I must say, Raptors, we're without any of our centers. Two of our centers are injured, and you saw how good Obi Toppin played and how their big men, which just showed so much presence, especially when we had Boucher and Siakam off the court. But we did a good job of guarding Randall. I must admit, we made Randall shoot like 10 shots, and that's big. And we were lucky that the Knicks missed a lot of the threes, but they're not the great 3-point shooting team. And of course, I didn't really like that how much open threes they were getting. Like Evan Fournier got some open threes and like in the corner. Obi Toppin got a lot of open threes. Then we were playing percentages, but I didn't like that. But it still pulled away. We still made a way to win this game, and we just had an overall good game, top to bottom. Honestly, Fred VanVleet did a good job of facilitating. He didn't have a good offensive game, that's for sure. That paint presence was big for VanVleet. He went 4 for 13. He wasn't making a lot of his. He didn't make his mid ranges, but he gave us good enemies. He gave us good defense. That's one thing Fred VanVleet will always give you. And he's averaging 5 rebounds per game. As for someone that's barely 6 feet, that's something that's real big. And as bad of offensive game this game was because it was 90-87. We had 12 offensive rebounds. That's one thing we've been doing really well this year is offensive rebounding. And Scotty Barnes was active on the boards. He had 2 steals, 2 blocks. He was big for us. He was efficient as well. We had Siakam. Siakam also had a bad game. He was missing it all of the shots he normally makes. The mid ranges were rimming out. That's one thing he's been doing pretty well this season. He's averaging 19 on 40 percentage. So this was a bad game by him. But he was getting to the free throw line. He was being aggressive. He was rebounding the ball well, especially when we had Chris Boucher as our center. And Chris Boucher also had a great game as well. He played as big as he could. He got a lot of fouls. Some of the fouls were weak, but I mean, what can you do? I mean, they're always going to give a foul of Chris. Like when Randall's driving and he gets fouled by Chris Boucher, they're going to give the foul to Randall, of course. And our bench, we had 10 bench points. 10 bench points. I think that was a big difference because Obi Toppin, that guy had 19 bench points by himself. And Derrick Rose came in, gave them good minutes. So did Mitchell Robinson, who was actually on the bench. Their big man, Darnell Well, Mitchell Robinson gave them a great paint defense. And we had to play a lot of layered minutes because we couldn't have Siakam on the court for the whole game. So players like Siakam and Scotty Barnes had to play 40 plus minutes. And with the amount of injuries we got, still we don't have Ken Birch, Pressure Chua, OJ Anunoby. You're seeing that we need to pick up some type of veteran presence. We need to pick up some type of big. And unfortunately, I don't want us to pick some big just for him to go back to on the bench because we still have Pressure Chua, we still have Ken Birch, and I like to see them play more. But we just can't keep winning games when we have Chris Boucher as our center. That guy is as heavy as me, and I'm 180. We did a good job of keeping the ball. We didn't turn the ball over crazy. That's one thing we did well in this game. The Knicks, we forced a lot of turnovers, a lot. We make sure to pack the paint, so Julius Randle, every time he tried to make a move or anything like that, swarmed him. But a lot of the thing is, we started off the game early with like a 17-point lead. Without that 17-point lead, we would have lost this game because we lost the rest of the quarters. That lead that we got in the first half, in the first quarter, was big for us. We just held on till I did for the whole rest of the second half and second quarter. I feel like Raptors, when we can't score, it's ugly. It's like because in that second quarter, in the beginning, Fred VanVleet was out the game, and we tried to play as much minutes because both of us weren't scoring. We didn't rush VanVleet into the game because he still played 30 minutes, but he didn't play the regular like 39, 40 minutes he always plays. And when we're not scoring. Like, it's actually crazy. Svi has slowed down. I must admit, Svi has slowed down since the beginning of the season when he was starting and he was making such a great impact. He has slowed down, but he had that incredible block on Mitchell Robinson, and that was a big block too. And that, I think, ending the third quarter or early fourth quarter, that was a big block. Shot clock violation. We got the ball back. We had a lot of big plays in this game. We had a lot of good defense, even though there was some lapses. I must say we did a good job. This was a good win. It's a great win. It's a win that we'll look back into and saying these two wins that we got on the Knicks were big, especially because it could be a potential tiebreaker. And with that tiebreaker, we could get into the play-in because the way the East is looking right now, it's a lot of teams that are neck to neck. A lot of teams that are around the same level. And Raptors, unfortunately, we're 12. We're 12, and I feel like Raptors are too good to be 12, but we've had a lot of injuries. So we'll wait and see next game. If you like the video, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. This is Raptor Hubs. I always come back with the post-game recaps. Man, this was a good win. 87-90. It's a great win. Peace.